Howdy.
Hey guys,
Anthony here.
Rob. This is probably going to be a two-part segment, so just telling you ahead of time. But we're going to talk about a bunch of things this week. Today is the 21st
Yes,
of
21st.
August, 2009, and many, many things to talk about.
Yeah, a lot.
Just to summarize what we'll be talking about, District 9.
So I just recently saw it.
We both got to see it now. Also, Inglourious Basterds that came out today.
Yep.
As well as the Avatar footage, because if you didn't know, today was
Avatar Day.
And in case you don't know what that is, that's where they had sneak peeks of 16 minutes, or was it 24?
15.
15 minutes of footage from Avatar.
Yes.
At select screenings in IMAX 3D.
Yep.
And then in addition to that, we'll give our DVD reviews and talk about a little bit what else is coming out, or just shoot the crap. Shoot the crap.
Let's shoot the crap. I didn't shave today.
No?
Is that what you think?
Yeah, it's growing kind of weird. You got a nice space between your lip and the...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't grow hair right there.
Yeah. So anyway, first off, District 9.
District 9. Written by Neill Blomkamp and directed by Neill Blomkamp. Peter Jackson produced it. That's like the big thing. It's like Peter Jackson presents.
I think one of the most fascinating aspects of this film is its origin. And that's basically, from what we were told before we really researched it, is that Peter Jackson came across this short, low-budget film that dealt with a unique spin on alien stories. However, we watched it. Do you remember the title of it?
Check it out. You can find it on YouTube. It's called Alive in Joburg. Short for Johannesburg.
Okay.
But check. It's like a 6-minute little documentary.
But in no means would I say low budget.
No, I'd say 200,000 maybe, around there.
When I hear low budget, I think like stuff that we do, like no budget.
Yes.
Basically, this thing had some pretty, even for low budget, it had some pretty amazing special effects and definitely a lot of pre-production.
The alien makeup was really good in that too.
Mm-hmm. And just the setting and locations too. It was,
Yeah.
I think, was it already shot in like South Africa?
Yeah,
or
'cause that's
whatever?
where he's from. He's from South
so
Africa. So
like he had that at his disposal.
disposal.
Disposable cameras have exposures.
Yes.
Not really. All right, so basically the plot to this movie is unique. I mean, I really enjoy sci-fi films.
Me too.
So
I'm a big fan of aliens in general.
Yeah, and the aliens in this, to tell you the truth, if you haven't seen the preview where they actually do show the aliens, are pretty amazing.
Yes.
And we'll get into our conversation with Avatar later, but as far as like the way that new graphics are going and the CG is going, I think District 9 is probably one of the best CG I've seen in a while. Like the aliens alone, not at any point in time do you question whether they're real or fake.
Yes, they do look very real. They look realer than me.
Who looks pretty fake right now. Is that thing bothering you? Because it looks like it's bothering you.
Keeps coming off. It's fake. 50 cents from my...
Surprise there. Oh, we all thought it was real.
So yes, but the story to District 9 is 20 years ago. The spaceship lands over Johannesburg, South Africa, and just sits there. And the government finally makes their way in and finds like thousands upon thousands of like malnourished aliens. So they bring them down and put them in these camps and just leave them there, militarized all around, and people don't like them.
And one aspect that you don't get from the trailers and some of the behind the, like when you're hearing about the movie and all, is that this isn't like they just landed. This actually takes place 20 years after they've landed.
Yes.
So this film really takes a look at like the economical and social aspects of what contact with alien life and alien life living on Earth would be, because there's like organizations that deal with them. Yeah, there's hostility, and it's kind of like playing with basically how we've always met anything different than you, like race and whatnot. In this aspect, it's putting like all human beings versus aliens. So I thought that was a very interesting twist to it as well. Do you know the actor's name who it mainly focuses on?
I don't.
See, we were talking about this earlier, and the movie only has, and I say only because when you see it, you're probably going to think maybe it had a bigger budget, but it only has about a $30 million budget.
Yes.
And I think a good deal of that budget is spent on the special effects, because the location and all, and the actors aren't very big, well-known actors.
Well, the main guy's not even an actor. He's just a friend of the director. I think he worked in like TV and stuff. Like it's like a newscaster.
Well, then he did a very good job
Yeah.
for not being an actor.
Well, and again, a lot of his lines were just improv. Like they really didn't write a lot of dialogue for him. He
Really?
just came up with it on the spot. Because it's shot like a doc. Like most of the movie's like a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So he just came up with the stuff on the fly.
Well, that's interesting. Though. I did not know that.
Like in this scene, this happens, and then all right, I'll say this, whatever.
I like those types of films. Trying to think, like if you guys don't know, like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is one of my favorite films, and Michel Gondry actually had many sit-downs where Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey would just banter back and forth, and then he would pick what he liked hearing, and I actually like that, like where you.
That's actually how the director Mike Finazzo did for Pavement 2.
Yeah, true. He's a buddy of ours.
Yes.
But yeah, I like that is one aspect of directing that I can really appreciate, because it's actually you're taking like a very loose script and you're stretching it out to what your kind of chemistry that your actors have, because I think you should really, when making, I know we're getting a little bit into filmmaking here and stuff, but when you're making a film, I think like your actors are one of your strongest. They can break or make your film. And when they feel comfortable in the character and actually start delving into it themselves, they can really bring a lot to the story in itself. So knowing that makes sense that why I really enjoyed the acting. Maybe because it wasn't a really good actor, or he wasn't like a well-known actor, but he like really got into the role. So I think that's very interesting.
It was
I think it's one of the best movies of the summer. Now, Anthony and I are going to have a special near the end of the summer where we're just going to go through the list of all the movies that came out this summer.
Yes.
That we saw, maybe some ones we missed, but I think we pretty much saw all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's including studio releases and indie films, because a lot of people don't ever pay attention to indie films, and I think that's a travesty. There's a lot of really good indie films that came out.
Watch
this summer.
my stuff. I have a lot of stuff that came out this summer.
Yeah, your stuff. But as far as District 9 is concerned, I think it's one of the best films of the summer.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I would give it a 5 out of 5, but I feel like to give it a 5 out of 5, I'd have to be like completely blown. I'd have to see it multiple times in the theater. I'm good with one sit down in the theater. I know you saw it 1.5 because you saw the half of it first.
Second half of it.
But I definitely think go to the theater while it's in theaters, check it out, and I'll probably be purchasing it on DVD.
Of course, I'm going to purchase it. I'm going to purchase it like 5 times.
Oh, can I borrow 4 copies from you?
Why not?
I might not return them.
Okay. And I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It was I don't know, it's fantastic, but again, I wasn't blown away.
Okay.
And I don't think, because I've seen it like 1.5 times, I don't think I could sit there and watch it all again. Because because it's a really good movie, but I prefer the second half.
Yeah.
Although I do like the documentary style, I just prefer all the.
That's some complaints I've heard about it too, though. That the documentary style makes.
Yeah,
it
some
with
people
the
didn't like
narrative.
it starts off documentary and then it cuts in between them showing his story, but still cutting back to some documentary stuff, like people being
Did you
interviewed.
say his story or history?
His story.
His story.
Yes, but it cuts back to still people being interviewed for documentary, and then it cuts back to him doing all this stuff, and then it ends with the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Alright, so that's our review for District 9. Stay tuned for our review Inglourious Basterds and some talk about the Avatar trailer.
Yes.
Alright, see you soon.